Hi Pisces, welcome to your 20th to the 27th of November 2023. So this is going to be general guidance messages for the week ahead. If you want to book in a face-to-face, it's big right now. Book in a face-to-face, you can book a call if you would rather that. There is tarot coaching, there is all different style readings, specific questions and answers. Check them out in the I dot or below. Like the video and comment. You can also buy family a gift for Christmas, so if that's something you'd be interested in, you can buy the reading and we'll get it sorted. Okay, so like the video and comment, and I will also be getting 2024 done for Pisces. It's just been a heavy season with the Scorpio, so I haven't been doing all of the videos. They take a lot of energy, people are not watching, they're not supporting, so I've pulled back. I'm going to try again, we'll see what happens, okay? So, like the video and comment so other Pisces can see it. So there's a few messages that are coming up for you, one of them being to keep your emotions in check this week. Okay, so be careful with fully investing your emotions in a new person that you meet, because I do think as it's Christmas season, we're out there, we're going to the parties, we're meeting people, we're going back home. So some people are going back home, they might see people from the past, exes, etc. So Pisces is being told that it's fully fine to enjoy yourself at this time, but just be careful with reacting emotionally. Some of you are dealing with a masculine or a feminine. These people seem to be out of balance. They seem to be confused. They seem to be messy. This can be people who are dating multiple people. They don't really know what they want. So for the Pisces man, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. This could be a woman who's not healed. So this woman could be unbalanced right now. She's not in her best self. She's not connected to herself, right? She might be looking for men, she might be looking for distraction, entertainment, etc. So the thing with Pisces is when we meet someone, we tend to cut off all other options. Don't do that. Okay, you're being told that it's fine to see someone, be attracted to them, but also keep your options open. Be clear in your intentions with people. Some of you are dealing with a masculine who you don't know a lot about, so be careful with making assumptions, okay? I feel like you've met someone and like you're fully in this, like you're already planning on this being like a boyfriend girlfriend situation, but this person's not. This person's options are truly open. They've got multiple women, right? So I feel like some of you, this masculine is under pressure because with the Three of Cups, there's multiple women who want this man's time. There's multiple women who want a connection from this man. This is the problem when we go dating multiple people. At some point, people want to know where it's going. Could be the same for the Pisces man. Okay, some of you are under a lot of stress because of money. So what this is about is you've got a lot of people. This is a celebration card. Christmas is coming up. So some of you right now, you might be worried about where you're going to spend Christmas. You might be worried about having to buy all kinds of gifts for people when you haven't really got the money, okay? Some of you are coming up as the Seven of Cups this week as well. So the Seven of Cups can be someone who's too much in a fantasy land. Seven of Cups can also be someone who's overdoing it. Okay, so that's what you've got to be careful of. Be careful of overdoing the emotion. Be careful of overdoing the party and the alcohol, all of this. Be careful of, when you go in the shops and you're like, oh, friends and family. Yeah, they're still going to love you if you buy them a cheaper gift. So, buy them what you can, but just try not to be excessive. Try not to lead from your emotions is what I'm getting. Because the Seven of Cups person is kind of, this would be the shopping, the kind of overindulgent card. But you might not have the finances for that. It might not be intelligent, right? So this is a week to be smart with your choices. But for some of you, it's a week where you're kind of leading from your limbic system. You're spending a lot of your time in fantasy over a certain person. You're also romanticizing a person and it's just not factual. So that's a big one, right? You've met this motherfucker, yeah, and you're putting all these labels on this person and it's totally like the moon, the stars and whatever. It's a Fugazi, it's a Fugazi, it's not even real. So yeah, some of you need to be careful as well because I do think some, especially for the Pisces man, you've met a woman who's a money grabber. So this woman is like a gold digger. This woman is in it for what she can get. She's in it for the valuables. She's in it for the money. This woman is not who you think she is. I think it's an earth sign. Okay, so I feel like it could be a Capricorn, but I feel like the message here is just be careful. Some of you might go back home before Christmas and you kind of within the next week or two and you see someone from your past, but just be careful with people who are out of alignment, they don't know what they want, they're keeping their options open because that's going to make you confused. Okay, so I feel like for the Pisces woman, you're still holding on to a past person. This person's moved on. This for me would be a person who's moved on to new conquest. They're not sleeping with you anymore, but you're still living in that this person is a missed opportunity. So for the Pisces woman or a Pisces moon, I feel like you're kind of same as for those cross watching for Pisces. You might think the Pisces is all hung up on you, but they're not. They've moved on to other options. So someone is living in a fantasy land, that's what I'm getting, or they're buying into a fantasy. Something is not what it appears, someone is not what they appear. This can also be someone who isn't living in the real world, like they're disorientated, they are drinking a lot, they are taking drugs. So when we take drugs or we drink, we alter our reality. We're not seeing what's really there, we're in our unconscious, we're in our happy, within our sometimes within our fucking shadow, you know, because like if you drink too much and you take too much drugs, you can end up going into a very dark place. But it's a disorientation, it's a disorientation from reality. Okay, so I do think that someone is disorientated or someone's buying into some kind of fantasy or they're buying into some kind of illusion. Okay, some of years this is to do with someone you've recently met, or it's someone you are going to meet really soon and you're going to meet them through the celebrations, through the so maybe this reading will make more sense down the road, but you're going to meet them through the celebrations. And you, typical Pisces, not judging because I'm the same, you're going to fully put your emotions into this person. You're going to be fantasizing. Some of you are already doing this, so this is where you're fantasizing heavy about this person, yeah. but but the reality of the person compared to the fantasy that you're creating is so far removed, it's crazy. Okay, some of you are also putting your eggs all in one basket. Don't do that because the person you're dealing with is not doing that. Okay, so I met someone and I really like this person and like he's really sexy and whatever, and I realized like I was doing that. I kind of caught myself because that's what happens when you start to mature and you start to see your patterns. It's like, oh, I'm doing that thing again where I met this guy and I don't know his fucking name and he could be anyone, and I'm like picturing marriage and kids and you know, so pull ourselves back. And so the previous week I was giving him a lot of attention, but then he was kind of acting stupid. He wasn't really doing anything, you know. And then the second week he came in and he was like trying to make us move and play his games, but there was other men. And I could see that he was on edge because he could see the other men giving me attention, and I don't think he liked that. But at the end of the day, I'm single. So what I'm saying is I like this guy, but if he's not going to make the move, I'm not sitting around waiting on him when there's other men. I'm waiting for the man who'll do the work, right? The man who's got the courage to level up. I also feel like for me, you've got to be a certain level of a man to be with someone like me. Most bitches are basic. Most men choose basic. I'm not basic. And I feel like that's what Pisces needs to understand. Like, you are a fantasist, you do love romance, you're all kind of crazy. And some men will find that statement distasteful. Who gives a fuck? Okay? You know who you are, you know what you want, right? Some bitches are easily pleased, others aren't. You know, Pisces wants the whole pipe dream, we want the whole fantasy, right? And that's just us, it's who we are, but you need to make sure you give that energy and that vulnerability to the right woman or the right man, otherwise it'll be exploited in this world. If you give it to the wrong person, they'll play it against you, right? Which has happened to you many times. So what I'm saying is, and that's what he's trying to do. He knows he's attractive. He knows he's my type. He knows I've dated men who look like him, and he's riding on that. But he also doesn't know that I'm in a space now where I'm looking for a serious suitor. So it doesn't really matter what you look like. If you play games, if you move mad, you're gone. Right? So I feel like for some Pisces, that's what you need to do. Like, just, I feel like there's going to be so much excitement over the next few weeks, so many opportunities to meet. good women and good men and kind of messy women and messy men, and your job is to not go all in. Don't see someone and then fully invest. Like be like, okay, I've seen them, I'm aware of them, they're aware of me. Um, but invest in the one who invests in you. You know, like, because I feel like Pisces really wants a deep love. They don't want a fantasy. So stop acting in fantasy and stop falling for fantasy. You know, because a lot of people, they just love to play games. They just want entertainment. They're not actually serious, right? They just want to play games. They want entertainment at the gym, an ego boost, or entertainment at the job, right? And your job is to be like, no, as much as that's fun, I'm looking for something deeper. I'm looking for something serious, right? Um, so yeah, with the Ace of Cups, be careful, because I feel like you meet someone and I feel like this person is beautiful and they're definitely enticing, but just don't go all in. Protect your emotions. There's also something this week where you're stressed out and you could react emotionally to something. Okay, so this could be a lack of money. There's just some stress this week where you kind of react emotionally. It might come across as a bit childish as well. Okay. So the chariot is all about steering a middle ground, staying connected to yourself as well. And I do think for some of you Pisces, someone has moved on. We've just said this. So this is someone you had a physical connection with. This is someone you had a sexual connection with. This person has moved on. And I think you're still living in a fantasy land about this person and you need to let them go. Some years this could be a one-sided, unrequited love. Remember I said the reality and the fantasy is so far removed. So I think someone's heavily fantasizing about a person and about a future with a person, but the other person doesn't even think about that person. It can be where you're fully convinced that someone feels the same as you, but they just don't even see you in that way. We've all been in that situation. But they might flirt with you and play games, because a lot of people do. They love the entertainment, right? Some people are pieces of shit. And then they'll sit there and go, oh, what do you mean? You'll be like, yeah, but you were flirting with me, you were sending me signals. They'll be like, well, what do you mean? Okay, so I feel like I don't want to put doom and gloom on this reading, because I actually feel like this week is going to be amazing, right? Some of you might feel bad because you haven't got that much money for friends and family and gifts. Get around the thrift stores, be creative, like sell some shit that you don't need, like get creative, right? Because some of you, you're kind of worried about friends and family and you not having the money for gifts. Like get creative, right? You can find lots of stuff in the thrift store, TK Maxx, all of this, right? Um, and get things for people that are true to the heart rather than money. Get things that people are going to really love and really enjoy, that are not necessarily expensive, but people will really love them when they receive them, okay? Um, but I do think for some of you Pisces, you kind of, yeah, for the Pisces man, I feel like you're coming up reversed. So some of you are still harping on over a past rejection. That's what the Ace of Cups is about. So new love can't come in because you're too busy focused on this person from your past. I'm getting an X. Some of you are putting your energy into someone who's out of alignment. This person is messy, they're unhealed, they're not in a good place. You're wasting your time, Pisces. Some of you are sitting there thinking, oh, this person misses me. They don't even think about you. They don't care. I've done it. While you're sitting there wasting months and weeks and years of your life, this cunt's moving on with its life. Some people just don't give you the pleasure of closure. They don't give you the respect. Like some people are pieces of shit. It's just the facts. They could just close it out by saying, look, Pisces, but sometimes, and I've had this happen as a Pisces moon, the person does give you closure, it's you. The person tells you, like, this is never going to be anything, I don't see it in that way, and you just think that the words, they don't mean it. So sometimes you're kind of fucking yourself, right? Like, the person's told you, like, don't see it in that way, this is never going to be anything, but Pisces is like, nah, they'll change their mind down the road, and you still live in the fantasy, and you're kind of betraying yourself. So this is like, you've been told, but you just don't want to believe it, so the person's not hating you, you're hating yourself. But some years, I think you've been down long enough. That's a big message I'm getting here. You've been down long enough. And I get it as it's time to pick up the pen of your life again and to get out there and to start dating and connecting. And this is the opportunity to do it with all the Christmas parties, with all of the family settings that are going to be coming up, the opportunities that are going to be coming up. So for the Pisces man, you're coming up reversed, and it could be because you've been holding on to an ex. Maybe this person's moved on with someone else. I know it's hard to accept rejection, but sometimes you just have to. And there's other women. The Three of Cups is like, by accepting that someone is not for you, by accepting that someone's moved on. For the Pisces woman, by accepting that someone's just done. They saw it as a sex only connection, and then they got bored of the sex, or you wanted a deeper commitment, and they've moved on. That's what these fuckboys do. They keep fucking you till they see you really reeled in, and then they disregard you. Because once you start reeling in, you become a problem. So in other words, when you're just fucking them and just playing along with the game and you're not really a problem, they're kind of like, I'll keep going back. But the minute that you start to really become emotionally invested, you become a problem. You start demanding more time, more text messages. You start asking them, where's this going? And so then what happens is he's like, right, get rid. And then he'll play all the like, you agreed to this and I told you that it was never going to be anything. It's just the way these gamers play. But you weren't getting involved with that gamer. So I think some of you need to open your eyes, right? You need to just, and it will be painful for some of you because there's a person who you really, really care about and you really want to be with that person. And maybe you feel like no one else can make you happy, but they can. Fantasy is not going to make you happy. You're just going to be living in a delusion, giving this person all of your energetic supply day in and day out, while he's off living his life or she's off living her life. Did you know that archons exist on this earth and that's what they're doing? They're feasting off your focus, they're feasting off your energetic supply. When women connect with these devil masculines, he hooks into your energy and uses your energetic supply. It's the devil. He uses your obsession and your focus. I just wanted to pause a minute because there was someone in the hall. He uses your obsession and your focus as a way to feed up his own vessel. So I think for some Pisces, but I want to finish with this because I haven't got all the time in the world, okay? It's an amazing week if you're willing to adapt, right? So yeah, some of you have got a lot of family you need to go and see. Some of you have got a lot of gifts you need to buy. But we got the Magician, and the Magician is about being creative. Okay, so this is thinking of things you can buy for your friends and family that are not that expensive, but they're heartfelt, and your family will really love them. Okay, it can be selling old things, exchange, whatever, right? Being creative in a way to get the stuff you need for Christmas for your friends and family, because I think Pisces do tend to have a lot of people, and so you might have a lot of people to cater for. Some of years this is about arrangements for the Christmas. I just think Pisces needs to flow, get in the real world, get out your head, get out your emotions, stop living out through your ex or this person who rejected you. Don't overdo it because the Seven of Cups is you this week, but get out there, drink the drinks, eat the cheesecake, party like it's 90 fucking 9, Yes, some of you are going to meet someone, I'm not going to lie, and this person's quite spectacular, but I think the one thing Pisces needs to do is we're looking for a true deep connection. We're not looking for someone we fantasize about. We want someone to share our life with. So sometimes you meet a person and that person is beautiful and they're exactly what you want, but maybe they can't provide what you need. So what I'm saying is, see this person, be aware that they're there, play the game if you're single, but don't fully invest your emotions. I think this reading for you makes sense between now and Christmas. Okay, some of you are going to go back over the Christmas, you're going to meet an ex, this person's going to be with somebody else, but you choose whether you cause your own pain. You can either watch your ex who's moved on, watch this person on the fucking gram who's moved on, or you can say, do you know what, if this person wanted me, they would have chose me. That's what I mean between fantasy and reality. Everyone is exactly where they want to be, Pisces. If a man wants you, he wants you. If he doesn't, he's not there. If a woman wants you, she's there. If she's not, she doesn't want you. End of. The facts are the facts. There is no rejection. There's no, oh, this person had to. No. There is married men who are married with children and they meet another woman and they know it's a bad thing to do, but they leave the woman that they're with, they still look after the children, and they go and get married to somebody else because they know that the woman that they're married to is not the right woman. Believe me, if it matters enough to a person, they're going to do what it takes to be with you. The reason I'm saying this is stop feeding into fantasies, because the reason I'm saying this is because you're missing the opportunity to live in the real world. You're missing the opportunity to have true love, something real, because you're living out through fantasy. I feel like some of you, there is healing that needs to take place. I think some of you are dealing with an unhealed individual. I do think for some of you, you need to heal before you'll be ready for love, but that doesn't mean you can't go out and socialise and connect with people. I think some of you right now, you need connection. You are living too much up in your head. You're becoming a bit disorientated. You're becoming a little bit whacked. If a human lives too isolated and too much disconnected and too much up in its head, it becomes dark. Pisces needs connection. So some of you have been hurt and so you might be retreating, but actually what you need right now is the comfort of your friends and family, the comfort of your work colleagues, the comfort of people, human beings in general. I mean, my God, when you do life right, you can go out in the street and talk to a random stranger and they can change your life. Okay? So what I'm saying is, you can watch certain people on the internet, right? I just think for Pisces, like, go and have fun. Work with what you've got financially. Don't be too emotional going into shops thinking you've got to spend this and that and the other, right? Think creatively, be smart. And some of you who've kind of been down this year, this is the opportunity to reconnect with people. It's the opportunity to leave your ex or this person who rejected you behind. They've moved on. You know, sometimes a person just doesn't care, Pisces. And it's not you, it's not a reflection of you or that you're not good enough. They just don't care. You know, and a form of self-abuse is where we continue to feed false narratives. We continue to give energy to a person who's moved on with their life. I've done it many times. Okay, we haven't got time for fantasy. We want true romance, we want true love. Same as me with this guy. Yeah, okay, he's beautiful, he's my type, but I'm ready to get serious. I'm also a goddess. I'm a woman who deserves the best. I've been severely abused by people in this lifetime, and enough's enough. And I don't need no motherfucker in this world to tell me I'm good enough or to tell me my value. I know who I am. I know I've gave a lot to the wrong people. I know I've allowed people who were so far less than me to betray me and to devalue me. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that. You know? And when I love you, I love you. When I'm loyal to you, I'm loyal to you, and I deserve the same back. And so do you. Okay? But if you don't know your value, the world will give you the value you allow it to give you. Okay, so go and have fun, eat the cheesecake, drink the drink. I hope you like this video. I know I haven't been around, but like I said, Pisces moon, Pisces sun, we've been exhausted. This has been heavy, it's been taxing. It's been a very difficult year, 2023. But again, you got to pick yourself up, you got to get dressed, you got to get out there, you got to adapt, you got to make it happen. Same as money. Some of you, I think you're spending too much. You're at the Seven of Cups. I think you're spending too much. You're kind of acting out. You're acting from your emotions. And I feel like that's something you need to stop doing this week. You could also have people around you who abuse you for money as well. So just be careful with that. Like the video, comment. You can book a personal in the I dot or below. I'll speak to you soon.